Let's recap day one of the NFL draft for the Lions. Let's Talk Lions. Welcome back to an all-new episode here at Let's Talk Lions. My name is Jay. Thank you for hanging out. I am hyped. I'm amped, and I really think all Lions fans across the board should be. Detroit was on fire last night with both selections that we made. At number 2 overall, the Lions selected Aiden Hutchinson, and then we traded up from 32 to 12 in order to select wide receiver Jameson Williams. I'm still tripping from that. Holy smokes, what a night. So let's talk about it. First and foremost, Aidan Hutchinson. I absolutely expected us to get Kayvon Thibodeaux for two reasons. Number one, I really did expect the Jags to kind of pull that smoke and mirrors. We've been lying about Trevon Walker. All that you've been hearing isn't true. We take Hutch. And then here's Detroit says, all right, we get the next best man, the next guy up, and that's KT for what we needed. And so in that regard, I was like, I cannot believe the Jags just went ahead and grabbed Trevon Walker. Just felt like a wild decision coming out of there. So there's Detroit, and within 13 seconds, the pick was in. Maybe not exactly 13, but it sure felt like it because we knew who we wanted. That tells you that Brad Holmes, that Dan Campbell, that the entire squad, kit and caboodle, knew from the start that Aiden Hutchinson was their man. Aiden Hutchinson, a guy full of grit, full of grind. Aiden Hutchinson is going to help push this team where we need to go. In fact, I love what Aaron Glenn had to say about it. Aaron Glenn ended up saying, Detroit deserves that player, and that player deserves this coaching staff. Oh my God. Talk about love at first sight. Once the Jags selected Trevon Walker, I was excited because either way, we were getting Hutch or KT. And I like both the guys for different reasons. But man, when you look at Hutch and you're able to see what he's able to do against the run, and I just think that Hutchinson, and I'm not even a Michigan fan, so don't take my hype because of Michigan. I look at Hutchinson as the player who is going to help further this team, this defense, to where we need to be. I'm excited to see throughout training camp him versus Sewell, those two guys going at it. These are exciting times. Hutchinson at number 2, a fantastic selection for Detroit. And then you have the whole storybook ending type of deal where he's a hometown hero. He's a homegrown individual, grew up in Plymouth, played in Michigan, now gets to play for the Lions, and hopefully help be a part of what ushers this team into a winning franchise, really an organization that does it right. I'm still pretty hyped, pretty amped from last night. The fun does not stop there. Brad Holmes takes a peek around the draft room, says, I see what they're doing here in Vegas. They got all these cool cards with team logos on there, making it look like it's a bicycle playing card. Well, he says, I got a better trick up my sleeve. He trades from the 32 position in the draft all the way up to the Minnesota Vikings, number 12. So Detroit trades away picks 32, 34, and 66 in order to gain Minnesota's 12 and 46. At first, I'm thinking, oh my God, Detroit's about to select a quarterback. We might be getting Willis or Pickett, but really I was like, oh no, it feels like this could happen. And then I took a couple steps back and I realized wide receiver Jameson Williams is still sitting there. 3 wide receivers went before him, I believe, 2 or 3. And I'm like, oh my goodness, I think Detroit's about to make a play for a receiver. And that they did. Williams is arguably the best wide receiver in this draft. And I know that his injury pushed back his stock. And obviously 3 wide receivers, Drake London, Olave, somebody else, go before him. And he's sitting there wide open for the taking, and Detroit jumps on it. Lo and behold, Jameson Williams goes to the Lions at pick number 12. And I gotta tell you, it feels like we snatched him out from under Green Bay's noses. Because quite frankly, he goes to Green Bay, he rehabs, he works with Rodgers, and terrorizes us, not just for a year, not just 3 years, 5, 6, 7 years go by, and we're dealing with him in Green Bay. I can't believe it. We get to terrorize them. Now, I know there are a few different ideas or thoughts revolving around this as a whole. You have some people saying, well, he's injured. What's the point? What a waste. We gave away too much. Disagree. Absolutely disagree. I think we ended up giving away really just one pick for this selection. And it was the type of selection that, listen, Brad Holmes believes in this guy. Ben Johnson, if we believe in him and what he can do, I think it's worth it. It's worth it. Everybody got all these people complaining, oh, Goff sucks. He's not able to get us here, not able to do that. What weapons did Goff have? Now we have selected arguably the best wide receiver in this draft, who, high risk, yeah, he has that ACL injury. However, if he bounces back, he's young enough with the trainers, with everything. If everything works out perfectly and it works out well and he bounces back, you now have a superstar receiver for a long time. And you put that piece, that wide receiver, into our already established wide receiver core, you're talking about the potential for a nasty receiving core for years, right? We bring in DJ Chark, you got Amon-Ra St. Brown, Cephas coming back, Josh Reynolds, now Williams. You see what I'm getting at here? This move was beautiful. It was unexpected, and it's exactly what we need to put the right pieces around Goff. I know some people don't believe it, but I think Goff can take us where we need to go. I think Goff can help lead us to an NFC North title. You heard me. I believe he could take us to the playoffs, to that first playoff win in way too many years and beyond. I really do, because if you equip him with what we saw during his time in LA, you put the right pieces around him, you got a guy who can get it done. And I think Jameson Williams is that piece that we needed offensively speaking to open up the field. Get less coverage off of TJ Hutchinson, and you're spreading the ball around. I think that what we traded away for it was not too much. I think it was phenomenal. You are getting a guy who is so pissed that he was passed up on by 3 other teams at that point. And I think this is where also I heard Lions fans being like, oh, and I heard fans of other teams saying, oh, he didn't want to come to Detroit. Look how pissed he is. I don't believe he's pissed he's coming to Detroit. He is pissed at the teams that passed on him and picked these other receivers. Because when he was asked, are you the best receiver? He's, yeah, I am. Like, that guy looks at himself and is so mad that it took so long for him to get drafted. That's the type of guy I want on our wide receiver core. Because look what that did for Amon-Ra St. Brown. Now you have Jameson Williams, who, after rehabbing, comes back and is going to be dynamite. If it doesn't work out, I'm glad we took the risk. I'd rather take this risk than the risk on a quarterback at that point. So, hey, all in all, when I look at day one of the draft, 2022, I grade the Detroit Lions at an A. I'm talking 95, 96%. It looked great. I don't regret anything that we did. I think everything that we did was perfectly played. It is exciting. Detroit is on the up and up. Get hyped. Drop your thoughts about how you feel Detroit did day one. And hey, tonight, in just a few hours at this point, 6:30, going live for day 2 of the draft. I hope to see you there. Let's go Lions.